God bless you. Thank you for joining. Okay, thank you so much just joining me just now. Thank you. I am almost 10 minutes late, over 10 minutes late. God bless you for joining. And I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Thank you for joining. Those on TikTok, I just want to thank you for joining me today. God bless you. On Facebook, thank you for joining. I'm a little bit late. And today's session is going to be a very quick one because I have an event to be in. As a matter of fact, thank you so much, Washington. I love you too. God bless you. As a matter of fact, the event I'm supposed to attend is by 12, started by 12. So I'm going to have this section today, next Saturday, and the upper Saturday, and the next after the next. So I am going to be discussing a very concerning topic: father figure in a family. Did you guys hear? Father's figure, a father's figure in a family. You know, there's so much happening today in the world, and I think we have all missed it. And some of us are not aware that our actions are actually affecting the children we would have. As a matter of fact, your action has a way to affect my own children. So not just your children. God bless you. Never been married. So that's why we need to talk about this. There's a very, very out of proportionally growing society of fatherless children. And when I say fatherless children, I'm talking about homes that there is no presence of a father, or absence, or the absence of a father in a home. And as it happens, sometimes we'll say it's because of the US and all. Probably because US is good with statistics. So we have this, statistics here, and it's alarming. I am just asking God to give me the grace because it's actually alarming. I had to do a research comparing the children who, grew up having fathers, or, the presence of a father in the home, and those without. And I can tell you, we should not deceive ourselves. There is a big difference. Let us not deceive ourselves. There is a very, very huge difference when a child grows up with a father and when the child does not grow up with a father. There's a huge difference. And not just in the United States. And I'm sure it's the same all over the world. For those of you who think in Nigeria it's not, no, it is in all over the world. Before we go deep into this topic, I just want us to say a word of prayers. And please, I want you to let me know if you can hear me. If I'm not audible enough, still let me know that I am not audible enough. Father Lord, we just want to thank you for today's session. We want to worship you, for you are God and King. We ask, oh Lord, that today you make my lips like that of a lady writer, to give words that you want your children to listen to, those words that will pierce their heart and change every heart here that is not walking in accordance to your will for them. In the mighty name of Jesus, I ask that you bless this podcast this day in Jesus' name. And for everybody who is going to join us, oh Lord, I ask that you bless them and give them a take-home gift in the mighty name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name I pray. Amen. All right. Let's go into the topic. Today's topic is, let me reintroduce today's topic for those who are just joining us. Father figure in a family. Oh, God bless you, Shanina. Good. Thank you for letting me know you can hear me. Father figure in a family. Yes. Who is a father? Let us start there, because you see, today I told us that we're going to be writing notes. Who is a father? Some of you don't even know what a father is. If you realize who a father is, or what a father is, you see those comments that I see online on just make them baby mamas and leave them. It will come back and hurt you. For those guys who are saying don't get married, make them baby mamas and leave them. Oh my God. You are committing a grievous sin against God, against the land, and against those innocent children that did not ask to be here. If you intentionally make a woman a baby mama because you think you have some vengeance or something to just make out of the woman, or because you think she's not a good product and you just make them baby mamas, that's degrading. I actually think for you to have that kind of mindset, your mother was made a baby mama. I am seeing a lot of nonsense comments, and that's why I'm starting like this. I am deeply hurt by what is going on in families, by those children who did not ask themselves to come to this world, and by those people who intentionally do things to bring children out of profits and gains. I get to baby mama. Well, I forgive you and God forgive you if you did not intentionally make the women a baby mama. Please be there in the lives of those children. I hope that it's the reason why you joined me, because you will learn one or two from this session today. And yes, I see a lot of those comments. Make them baby mamas. I see a lot of those comments. Don't stay with women. If you're an advocate for divided families, if you're an advocate for all those things, you are not just sinning against mankind, you are sinning against God. You know why? He said he has given us dominion. He said, go into this world, be fruitful and multiply. Abi? He did not just say be fruitful and multiply. He went ahead and said, take dominion. Take control. I'm coming, we are just starting. So if you are among the brotherhood that is encouraging other brothers, make women baby mamas and leave them, I pity you. I'm serious. And again, I'm not just going to stop at the women. I'm going to also say, if you are a woman and you intentionally want to be a baby mama, it's because you just feel like you're a loser. I'm serious. I know I'm saying so. Because I understand, and I see people talk to me and say, some women just want to be these baby mamas. Maybe because they think the guy has money or the guy is a celebrity, and you just sell yourself to be what, a baby mama. It's because you don't even trust you can amount to something, better than where you are. Look, let me tell you, a woman is, I don't know, we have a lot of grace. Women are even more handy than most men. Women these days are more prosperous than men. What is that little change you think the man will give to you that once you want to intentionally make yourself a baby mama or wants to be a single mother because of how much the system gives? We are going to get there. I don't want to jump the line. Let us call ourselves to order. We are missing the whole point. We are breeding a generation of people that are going to be destructive. Pregnancy, teen pregnancies, HIVs, and everything. And I'm going to link those things to lack of no father or the father figure in a family. I'm going to let you know the benefit of all these things. So, who is a father in the family? Let's lay foundations to this topic so you can understand it. I'm sorry I have this little outburst. It's just a lot of nonsense going on in the society, and it's cutting. Who is a father? Adeyemi, God bless you, Mr. Adeyemi. How are you?
I'm fine. Good evening.
Why is your background like that? It's kind of blurry, or I don't know. Is your in your car?
Yeah, I'm just getting home and I'm rushing to join.
Oh, God bless you.
Yeah. In 30 seconds, I'll be inside it.
Okay. So, you would move a little bit from where you're watching, or maybe when you get situated, you can request me again and join me. Okay. I'd like to have you
Okay.
on this discussion. So just remove yourself and request to join me when you're settled.
Okay.
I miss you. You know you have a lot of insight. So we'll talk today on this platform. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
All right. So remove yourself. If I remove you, you may not be able to join me. So you take yourself out so you can join me back. Okay.
Okay.
Who is a father? Who is a father? A father is the first man with a divine assignment.
I'm in class.
I guess he didn't know how to remove himself. So I had to remove him. But I believe he can join me back. So who is a father? To those of you who don't know, to those of you who do not know the real definition of a father is a responsibility to God. So I want you to understand now. A father is the first man with a divine assignment. He is not just a person who biologically produces a child, he is the foundation of that home. He is the leader, he is the covering, and he is the source. Fatherhood is not just biological, it is a calling. Do you understand what a calling is? Whenever you have a call, you have a responsibility to those call, to that call, to actually bring purpose to the call and to achieve it. What am I saying? If you break up your home, leave your wife to gallivant and abandon your children and make them carry the name tag fatherless or no father in the home or absence father or whatever we call it, no father figure, no presence of you, you would answer to God. And to those of us who are quick to blame the woman for certain things, yes, I know, we're going to come to the woman. You are the man with the first responsibility. If that home crashes, okay? Remember what happened in the Garden of Eden when God came and saw, came to visit Adam and Eve. And when Adam and Eve saw our Father God, they hid. Who did God? Do you think that God did not know who ate the apple first or who disobeyed first? But who did he call first? Let's go back to the Bible in Genesis. God called the man and not the woman. He called Adam. It is Adam he knows. It is Adam he created from the soil. Eve came out from Adam. So do you know why in this country there are certain injuries that happens to the child? And you as the parent, you can't even tell the law. There are certain injuries that happens to a child in this country. I am in the US. And as a parent, you can't even tell the law that the child sustained this injury. While you are a parent, you will get in trouble. And that is the duty of a father. That's your responsibility to God. That family, that children he has given to you. You make your wife the excuse why you are not present in their life. You will be answerable to God. God asked Adam, where are you? He did not ask Eve. He didn't have any business with Eve. His business was with Adam because Adam is the foundation. Adam is the source. Adam is the leader. Adam was the covering of the Garden of Eden. He was the one placed in charge of every of the animals and every of the plants. When God said this, he said, take dominion, this he gave Adam. So when he came, he was asking of Adam, God will ask you, the father, if you get missing in the lives of your children. Fatherhood goes beyond physical. Fatherhood is spiritual. Fatherhood is spiritual. It is a calling, like I told us earlier. God bless you, Rachel. God bless you. He said, where are you, Adam? Adam said, I heard that you were calling. And I went to hid myself. And the next question God asked was, because I was naked. Why did you hide yourself? Because I was naked. And God asked him, How did you know you were naked? He went ahead, because I ate the fruit. Why did you eat the fruit? The woman you gave me. Do you know that was when Adam passed the judgment? That is when God asked the woman, because Adam passed the question, the woman you gave me. That was what prompted God to ask Eve, what has been done? Adam alone was enough to be responsible for the garden. If Adam has answered, taking accountability and responsibility, I bet you Eve would not have been asked those questions. He would have, because God came for Adam. He wanted this discussion with a man like him. God is not a woman, he is a man. I hope we are getting the foundation of this topic. In Genesis 1, verses 28, God says, be fruitful and multiply. That is the commandment he gave to us and he gave to the man. Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. If you read this portion of the Bible with understanding, when he said be fruitful and multiply, he did not just end there. That be fruitful and multiply as for those men that are saying, make women baby mamas and leave them. But there is more to making them baby mamas and leaving them. And that is fill the earth and subdue. Subdue is dominion. It was not just about reproduction, it was about leadership. Dominion is leadership. It was about order. Dominion is orderliness. So you see, I want you to search deep as we discuss this topic today to understand that you as the man, you are God representative or representation in the family. And when you leave us, and when you abandon your children, you tour with their destinies, you leave their destinies hanging for them to figure out what's next in line for them. When you think that you are hurting the woman, you are not. You are actually hurting your seed. And your seed is a continuation of you. And it will be asked questions. Now, for those, let me just tell you guys a little bit because today's topic is I'm going to talk about father, but let's talk about the father figure. Because, you know, some of us, some of you are probably not by your own wish or something like that, but something may have happened and you don't have, you know, the actual father or the biological father of your children in the home or your husband in the home. You know, something has happened in the past. I don't want you to dwell so much in the hurt or in, you know, in what has happened. And I would also say this today, please, I encourage you, the woman, if you know that your relationship with your husband or your ex-husband is unreconcilable, get your children a father. I tell every woman who is going to remarry, do not get married because you're looking for a husband. Get married because you need a father for your children. It is more important. If I say husband is you're searching for your pleasure. Just I want to be happy. Now, the happiness of those children matters even more. Their future matters even more because you know why? I have heard stories. There's a woman that I was with yesterday. Her son got shot multiple times. She's a single mother. She's a very handy woman. She's a very, very close person to me. This woman is into every business, providing for the home and for the children. But guess what? She told me that if I knew that a day like this would come, I would stay, or I would get a father for my children. Because boys, and you know the thing is, she has all boys. Boys, boys are boys. Men, I don't know. I'd say it. She cannot handle them. She's a very tough woman, but handling those boys. And you know one thing about single motherhood is these children may not even tell you how much they hate you because they see how much you're doing for them or how much they are not proud of your decisions because they see how much you're struggling to, you know, do things. And because they cannot air out, they grew up with so much rebellion in their hearts, hate for others, sometimes become nuisance to the societies and to others. And I can tell you that this woman is going through so much. She literally was talking to me yesterday as I hugged her and was weeping. Sons in jail. Yeah. And this one that manages to graduate from high school probably had some bad gangs and everything, and he was shot. A high school footballer. Adeyemi, you're unable to join now. I don't know why. A high school footballer. A promising young man, but also very stubborn. And all those goals and future, the scholarship he got, ends up in a wheelchair. Father figure in a family. I told us earlier that for those people who are unfortunate to have the biological father of their children in the homes, please give your children a father figure. Sometimes the husbands you were even married are not even the figure. You know, you can be a father but not a father figure, and it's a different thing. Give your children a father, though not a biological father, but a father figure. And who is a father figure? A father figure is someone, not always the biological father, but he plays the role of a father by providing, by guiding, by protecting, and by correcting the child. Listen to the word correction. And he provides love and leadership and support for the family. He may not have given life to the child. A father figure may not be the biological father of that child. He may not have given life to that child, but a father figure can help shape the life of that child. Every child, listen to me, women, needs a father figure. Every child. I understand that you've gone through divorce. I understand that you're hurting. I understand that you cannot trust. Take time to build yourself. Get your children a father figure in the home. Someone that can help nurture them. You may not understand the outcome of it right now, but later you will tell yourself that I wish I made certain decisions. And don't just get crazy in the world of, I need somebody that can love me, a husband to pamper me. You look beyond sometimes. Yes, you need all that. But one of the criteria is he a father figure for my children that need a father. So if you're going to make any decision to remarry, please make it for that one purpose. First, a father figure. Then you needing a father. A father figure can step in when the real father is absent in the life of the child. You know, I've seen families where the father is still alive but doesn't do much or doesn't care. And a father figure steps in, maybe in place of a stepfather, and treats these children like fathers. I've seen testimonies. This popular basketballer, O'Neal, this millionaire or billionaire basketballer, this Shaq O'Neal or something, didn't have his father in his life. He grew up with a stepfather, the popular basketballer. And guess what? He felt like he had a father. You just need to listen to his testimonies. Shaq O'Neal has done a lot of good for the stepfather. Got the man cars what millions, gave this man everything he needed. And every day he says he's thanking God for his, for his father, which is his stepfather, because his father was nowhere. So I want to also speak. See, sometimes the destiny of these children you have toiled with might be very great. If another man steps in and does the job for you, he would enjoy your glory as well. I hope you understand that. If another man steps in, become a father to the children you refuse to be a father to, he would enjoy the glory of those children and not you. And there is nothing you will do in your old age. You will only lament and lament. That is why you need to fix your homes right now so that you can stay there and let no one come fill the gap for you. And you know the very funny thing again, most stepfathers or fathers or father figures who step into the life of these children are even more present than their biological father. Children sense the presence. I'm telling you. This man is the one in the house with them. You only have visiting rights. You come and pick them some days. You cannot compare those minutes and moments you spend with your children to the man who is at home with them. Highest you now have the highest thing when they grow up and God blesses them, you now have a shared glory. You were not supposed to share that glory, because guess what? They would never forget the man in the home. They would take care of him the way they take care of you. That is if you even did right by them. Mordecai was a father figure to his cousin Esther, who had no parents. But as a father figure, Mordecai shaped Esther, guided her to be a queen. Esther did not end up liberating the Israelites, which benefited Mordecai. But guess what? Mordecai lived in the palace with the king. Ate in the palace with the king. I am speaking to the men out there who are saying that um, baby mamas, you see a woman and she has a child, you say baby mama or single mom, and no. You don't even know if in being in that family and raising a child that you did not give birth to might also be one of the blessings, that you will inherit in the future. Don't give up. I'm just saying this. I'm not saying go marry, but if you fall in love with a woman who already has children, please do not how do they say that in black, whatever that thing that they say that, blacklist her. You don't even know the circumstances. Go in there and be a father. A father does not mean you biologically gave birth to the child. It's maybe the role you played in the life of the child. Do not run away from that responsibility. Joseph is not the biological father of Jesus, but Joseph was there in the life of Jesus, shaped Jesus through fulfilling his destiny. And Joseph was in return blessed, made heaven, glorified, and known till today. Who would have known a man like Joseph would make it to the list of men we still reference today? Because he was an awesome father, though not a biological father. To Mordecai, I told us we're going to be leaving in a few minutes today, but we're going to continue this topic. I have dignitaries that would be doing this topic with me next week, don't worry. Proverbs 17 verses 6. Listen to what he's saying about you, the man. Children's children are the crown of the aged, that is, of the old men. The children's children are the crown of the aged. And the glory of the children are their fathers. When you are missing, the glory is hanging, like I told us earlier. And it takes the special grace of God for them to rediscover their purpose and understand who they are. Now, a lot of children make up stories on their head on what they see and what they understand. Now, so many children cannot explain. Look, I want to encourage women and also men. I know you say, I don't want to let my child know what is going on between me and their father. I don't want my son, I don't want my daughter to know what is going on between me and their father. I don't want to mess them up mentally. No, look, the children are very wise and intelligent. If you don't sit them down and let them understand what is going on in a very, psychological way, and assuring them that they are beautiful, they are strong, they are tough, they will make up stories in their head that suit why their father left, or their suit why there was a divorce. Some children grow up blaming themselves for the sins of their fathers and mothers, because he did not explain to them, so they made up the story and they grew up with the story. Sometimes they tell themselves, I think it's because they gave birth to me. They start telling themselves stops. So tell your children what is going on in order for them not to say it. Make up stories. That's how children reason. A child can formulate something from nowhere or from a scenario and explains it to themselves and put it in their head. And that is why we have a lot of women and children who grow up messed up. Because sometimes they begin to blame themselves for what the parent went through or what went wrong between the both parents. So take time and explain these things to your children. I told us that I did a little bit of statistics today that I'm going to put up here before I leave. And next week, I can promise you guys that this topic is a very important one, and I am not going to leave anything untouched. I have a woman of God, Pastor Eunice, who will be doing next episode with me. I have a man of God too, who has a lot of experience and is the assistant controller of customs. He is going to be doing this topic with me too, because I want men, I want women with high value to come, discuss this topic with us. Now, most socially ill and psychological issues, trust, and so on, are most likely to occur from a home where the father was absent. Yeah. When you leave your marriage and your children, you've not just damaged the woman, you have damaged your children. They learn to deal with trust issues as they grow. They lack confidence as they grow. And there are realistic statistics to prove this point. So we are not just talking. I had this thought, when I was kind of writing this topic and doing some research, and I told myself, I said, I think it is better for a child to be born. All right, I'll repeat that. I think it is better for a child to be born and not see their father, so they don't know what it is to have a father, than for a child to be born, experience the love and presence of a father, and just midway don't get to see them again. That alone creates a lot of psychological imbalance within this, between these children, or within the child, than being born and not experiencing the presence of a father. Because one, you've taken away what that child used to know, your presence, and that you're no more. So please make out time to be with your children. And to the person who said they wanted me to repeat what I had said, yes, Mr. Ayo of London, what I said is that most psychological issues, most trust issues that we see out there within guys and ladies, teenagers, and all, are more likely to come from a home where the father is absent. So when you are absent and you think that your absence only triggers or affects the woman or your ex, no, that absence also affects the children. And I told us that children have a way they process and deal with things. They begin to ask themselves questions in their head and begin to answer questions in their head. I can tell you there are a lot of mothers here whose daughters are dealing with drugs. I am telling you, when I say this topic is personal, I have seen firsthand evidence of this topic because I've been with people that I had to pray with. Single mothers. Oh, and I can tell you, it is not easy. Not just the financial aspects, how they have to deal with the children in the absence of the father. And, some fathers are extremely wicked. When I say wicked, there's a man now, because he saw me put up this topic, he called his ex-wife just to go pick up the children because of this topic. And I laughed when I heard it. I laughed because the ex-wife has been in contact with me on how he abandoned the children and doesn't even want to see them. And that's why I'm going to say this, that some fathers are extremely mean. I am telling you the truth, extremely mean. That moment they turn their back from that woman, they turn their back from their children as well. You literally have to beg them to see them. The children would have to call and beg their father, come on, to make time and to see them. I am telling you realistic stories. I am not telling you I am telling you what is real. And for confidentiality purposes, I'm not mentioning names. But there are some fathers who really want to be there in the lives of their children, but the women are making it difficult for them. If you're in that category of women, I want you to change. You are not dealing with a man, you're dealing with a bomb in the house that would explode one day and kill you. You are not dealing with a man. I'm telling you the truth. If your ex-husband, now I don't want to get into what made you guys ex. Life happens. I would encourage you, fight for the family, right? But if it's going to claim your life, I understand. You've gone your separate ways. Go and worship your God. But remember, blood is thicker than water. Do not push the father away from the life of his children. Yes, Prince, I am on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. Yes. I'm even live on TikTok right now, but I don't know my TikTok handle. I think Frances something. One of my sons handles it. I'll check it. I'm live there right now. I don't even know my username. That's the bad thing. So I'm speaking to the conscience of the women. Let me tell you, I would rather beg a man to come be with his children if I have to, not because I need him to come be with the children, or not because I need him or I miss him, but because I know the children miss him. I know the children want to be with their father, and I know that the children cannot always express what they want because one, they are looking at how much you've been doing and they don't want to hurt you. And that's why they build so much hate, trust issues in their hearts, and they cannot express it. So do not think that you're using your children to punish their father because the marriage did not work. Now you transfer your pains to your children and allow them and allow them live in your reality when you should be protecting them from your reality. You are a cover for the children as your mother, as the mother. You are hurting the man jilted you. I am not saying I supported what the man did, but the man did not jilt his children. I'm speaking for those good men that wants to still be in the life of their children. And then the woman, you are stopping him from seeing his children. And you cannot even give them a father or a father figure. And you think it's about working and the schools and everything you're doing. No, man. You are harboring, you are nurturing a bomb, a time bomb that would explode in that home. And if you're not careful, will destroy you. The woman's depression starts when the children becomes teenager and youth. The depression don't even start now. Look, the consequences of not being in a marriage. I'm not saying being in an abusive marriage, but then there are consequences anyhow. Yes, sometimes we will deal with it later, but there are consequences. It is not your fault, I understand, but that is just the law. It is there. Except you are blessed to get me married again to a very reasonable man from the man who did you all the wrongs. Then you are blessed. And then your children now accept the man as their father and sees him as a father. You are very blessed. But for those who don't get remarried on time, there is always the consequences. There is. And the consequences is not now you feel them. You feel the consequences of not being with your children's father when they become teenagers and when they become youths. When you can no longer tell them sit down and they sit down. Where they now have friends in school they listen to and they don't come back after school. When the law doesn't tell you how to control them any longer because they are now 18 and they are meant to make decisions themselves. Even when you know that those decisions hurt, that is when you know that you may have acted like you were present in their life, but you were indeed absent. Not like you were absent, but something vital was absent. The covering. You are not the covering. The man was made the covering for the home. And there is a reason why he was given the mandate. We cannot change certain things, unfortunately. You can be everything, but the foundation is the man. The woman I'm telling you about, the son was shot. We all prayed for that boy to be alive. This woman nurtured that boy. They stayed in the hospital for months. I went there, prayed. As a matter of fact, the doctors did not know that the son would survive. I'm gonna bring the woman here. The thing is, she's been telling me she does not have a TikTok. I mean, an Instagram. She's on Facebook. She would like to come with me on Facebook, but I told her I accept people only on Instagram. You can only watch me on Facebook. As I speak to you today, this boy is not in the house. This is a mother who massages the boy because she's a therapist. She makes herbs, she makes a lot of healing. She's a healer. So, a boy who was said not to do anything, who is going to be a vegetable, has started eating by himself. That is how much she massaged him and treated him as the mother who has gifts in these areas. But guess what? He's not a guy. He's 18. He listens to other people. I know he's battling depression because this is a young man that's supposed to be in college right now, playing football, making money, but look, he's on the wheelchair. And he left the house. The mother met me yesterday while I hugged her. She was crying. She said she went there to see her son. They've not even changed him. He was smelling. His legs is now deteriorating. That the doctors are saying if the wound on his legs does not heal, it will be amputated. You cannot control this man when they get to a certain age, even the daughters. What am I saying, women? You may not be the reason why the marriage packed up, but don't give up on one. Get married again and give your children a father. It is better not to leave them and think you can do it. there's a reason why the man was created, and there's a reason why he has the mandates. And let me go a little bit on the studies that I made so that you can understand the impact of a father in a family. Maybe for those of you who are thinking they are not fathers but sperm donors, not not way nobody go, no no be anybody could tell me. Oh, officially Nina. God bless you. Yes, that's why I had to differentiate fathers. Don't worry, I think I'll go more on these topics and tell us those who are just sperm donors and not really fathers. Unfortunately, there are homes like that that even when the father is there, but just keep them there at least. I'm telling you, and I have a reason why I'm saying that. Just keep them there at least. But Adeyemi, I was trying to bring you back because I accepted you before. That's why I wanted you to remove yourself. Now it's telling me that you cannot join me. I would accept somebody right now, but I would first of all just want to, give some highlight on this topic because it's very personal. I don't want you to come and shout. This is a very personal story. We are going through a lot. The society is going through a lot. Approximately 90% of homeless, listen very well, sir and ma, 90% of homeless and runaway children comes from fatherless homes. You see the children on the streets that are homeless. You see the children that run away from their home. 90%, please go and make this research today. If you have your phone, you can Google it and tell me it's a lie. Approximately 90%. 7 years ago, we're talking about 81%. But right now in 2025, 90% of the homeless children comes from fatherless homes. Can you now see the correlation between the fatherless and homeless among children? There's a huge correlation. There's a huge correlation between homelessness and fatherlessness. Most times when there's a father in the home, the children don't get homeless. When you see most children, when you see most homes, where you have the children until they become 20 something and get their home, check it well. Some of those homes are homes with both parents. I'm telling you, please stay in your marriage. If you can work it out, if you're the reason why the marriage is breaking, 2030 it will be 100%. May God forgive you, AG. The father brings order in the home. Yes. AG, I am praying that through our cooperation, through our voice, like you said, in 2030, there will be 100% of, people in the homeless place will be from fatherless homes or, no. I pray that we will work together and a voice. I pray that we will talk about this. I pray that we will tell our fellow men to please build their homes and not abandon it. Adam did not abandon the Garden of Eden, until God asked them to leave, and he still did not abandon his wife. He still did not abandon his home. He stayed with his wife and the bore children. Even, with everything that's happened, Eve gave me apple, yes, but he did not abandon his home. So please stay in your home. Now, 63% of youth suicide are from fatherless homes. Have you listened? A woman took her children out. She's a very busy woman, but she took her children, all children, out some days ago. And we got talking. She said the daughter walked up to her and said, "Mommy, where is daddy? Because I want to go to McDonald's." And she asked the 4-year-old daughter to repeat herself. And the daughter repeated herself again and again and kept asking of the father. And she said, "So You want to go to McDonald's? And then she took the children out to McDonald's and let them have fun. But then the question is not just the McDonald's. Before she mentioned McDonald's, she said, "Where is daddy?" If it was just about McDonald's, she would say, "Mommy, I want to go to McDonald's." But she said, "Where is daddy?" Look, she said, "Where is daddy?" And then she said, "McDonald's." Now you were able to solve the other problem, but you did not solve the main problem, which is where is daddy? I'm speaking to us today. You may have your differences with a man, you may not agree. The marriage has ended fine. But please make their father, give him an opportunity to be available in the life of his children. I know that this request might hurt because of what you have been through. Compare what you've been through to what they would go through. Sacrifice your pains, your indifference, and give the parents an opportunity in the life of their children as much as they can. Let the fathers have opportunity with the children. Please. Unbreakable. We are abandoning everything and everyone if the woman don't want to compromise. Men mental health is also important. And I'm gonna react to this unbreakable. We all have mental health to protect. But sometimes I see a lot of men that are not ready to compromise, saying that the women do not want to compromise. I'm not saying this is related to you. I told us that to coexist with each other, we need to learn to compromise sometimes. And that ego of I'm a man, I'm a woman is hurting a lot of us a lot. If we have this bed to share and it's not big enough, we have to adjust our waist, adjust our body to have the both of us fit in there. And that's how life should be. You must shift grounds. There is no reason for abandoning your own child. And don't give yourself any reason to do that. Because guess what? He is your child. He's your DNA. He is your child. Whatever he becomes tomorrow is tied to you. If that child becomes an armed robber, if that child becomes a prostitute, if that child ends up in jail at 15, at 18, come on. They would say your child is in jail. Your son is in jail. Your son is a robber. Nothing should make you make you give up on your child, please. 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes. 63%. When you hear a youth, when you hear a youth commit suicide, 63% of them are children from fatherless homes. Yes, I have heard so much about young teenagers who just give up on themselves and kill themselves, committing suicide, depression. I'm like, what is making this child depressed? You go to the house, a big house. At 16, the mother buys them a car. For those women who are doing well, you ask yourself, why depression? Unbreakable, you don't need to agree with me. I'm talking to the people who will be sensible enough to know what I'm saying. You don't need to agree with me. That's fine. But I pray that at the end of this thing, God touches your heart. And I understand that some women can be unbearable, very, very unbearable. The day I'll talk about them, I will talk. But today I'm telling you, nothing should make you give up on your own child. Nothing. 71% of high school dropouts comes from fatherless homes. Yes. There's a family I visited. The woman has 3 children. None finished high schools. And she had the 3 children with different men. No father available in the life of these children. No father. is available in the lives of these children. What I'm saying is, they are close to me. No father. The lady, one of the daughters, that has 3 children too now, no father, did not finish high school because she fought. She likes to fight. See, God will open your eyes. You know, we take things too physical and we don't go spiritual about things. Okay? She grew up with anger issues, would fight. See, I have a lot of requests that I'm seeing. I don't want to bring anybody that will come and say something not reasonable, because this is a very reasonable thing. That's why I'm trying to bring Adeyemi here, because I know he will say something reasonable. For Unbreakable, I will not accept you now. So you can be, I will not accept you, because even if I want to accept you, Adeyemi, you're unable to join. I don't know what's going on. Even if I accept you, it's because it's before I leave here, because this is a very sensitive talk. It's personal to me, and I need us to make justice to it. Muff House, I will accept you soon. I see Ade, what's so Maximus. I'll accept my Muff House before I leave, and Unbreakable. So, and the thing is, you guys are laughing. You think I'm not here to laugh today with Unbreakable and everybody. The thing is, this daughter of this woman now, who has 3 children from different men, has 3 children too from different men. As a matter of fact, she took one to court for the last child, and they found out that it was not the father. We were like, whoa, girl, oh my God. So who's the father now? She told me she will have to ask 2 other people. I'm like, you had random sex with how many people in a period of 1 month? Are you serious right now? But that's it. And she's dealing with the 3 children because she can't get support. Oh no, although the government helps them with housing and everything. But I am seeing how those children are growing. Sometimes when I go there, I have to keep this one sits there. You don't listen. How do you control that? So what we create precedes us and continues like a cycle. And I'm going to tell us in this same lesson, approximately the men that grew up without fathers end up not being fathers to their children. What am I saying? Men that grew up having their fathers absent in their life end up being absent in the life of their children. Is a cycle. Now, I want to speak to you if you're listening to me. You may have been unfortunate, but you broke the boundaries, right? If you have a family now, do not let your children grow up the way you did. Your father was absent. Do not be absent in the life of your children, because it's going to be a cycle. They will end up being absent in the life of their own children. And before you know it, a pattern and a cycle has started evolving in your lifeline or in your family cycle or something. I'm telling you the truth. So 71% of high school dropouts are from fatherless homes. As I'm saying this now, I hope somebody is going to go mend that marriage. Somebody whose marriage is shaking and he's thinking of walking out. And if you're the woman, you're thinking of walking out on that marriage, and there's still time, the divorce has not been signed. I am thinking that if that man is reasonable, please just have a rethink for the sake of your children. If he's not hitting you, if you're not scared of diseases, which, you just know the limit and the threshold. Everybody knows. Please consider if it's possible because of the children. 85% of children with behavioral disorders comes from fatherless homes. Go and look at the statistics. You can Google them. 85% of children with behavioral issues comes from fatherless homes, children whose father are not in their lives. 75 of adolescents in substance abuse centers are from fatherless homes. Do you guys see that? There is a great impact of a father or of his absence in the life of the children. 75%. So when you hear that an adolescent is in drugs, the ones they are admitting in substance abuse centers, chemical abuse centers. 75% of them are from homes where there is no father. The, yes, God bless you at EJ. The importance of a father cannot be overstated in the family. I told us that men who grow up without a father are 75% more likely to live in a non-nuclear family themselves. Most men who grow up without fathers don't even know what family is. Most of them. Only a few of them break the cycles and tell themselves that I didn't have a father in my life. I'm going to be a father to these children because I love them. A few of them will break that cycle. But 75% of them will likely not be in a family. 80% more likely to have children without being married. Yes. You see those men that keep saying, make them baby mamas. Make them baby mamas and leave them. Go and check. They are just trying to bring in their traumas and put it out there and make you think like they are saying what is right. They are not saying what is right. They've not been able to conquer their pains. And what you see is their pains. I'm telling you the truth. They are living up their pains. That's what you see. Make them baby mamas. Ask most of them. They had no fathers or father figure in their lives. They do not. And they are trying to pollute the society. They are trying to pollute our minds. No. Don't just make a woman a baby mama. As a matter of fact, abstinence is the best. And peradventure, you are a man, because I know if I tell people don't have sex, I will only say it because as a preacher, I'm saying that is the best thing to do until you're married. But if you know that you cannot, or you, like Paul said, the things I don't want to do are the things that I find myself doing, wear your condoms and do it. Do not bring children into the world when you are not ready to stand by their mother and raise them. When you intentionally know that you will be absent in their life, do not do it. 2 to 3 times more likely to be absent fathers themselves. You see? So those who did not have father who had absent fathers are 2 to 3 times more likely to be absent fathers themselves. And this is what I'm going to tell some ladies. Look, there are some professions. Personally, I'm going to tell you there are some professions that are not good for families. If you're a truck driver, personally, if I don't know, if you come ask me and your husband is a truck driver, or you want to get married to a man who is a truck driver, I have my reservations. I have my God bless you at EJ. I have my reservations. You know why? Truck drivers. The profession of a truck driver is likely good before marriage. Let's say you're this young guy who is in your 20s and you're planning to get married in your 28th. You can drive the truck, but before you get married, retire from truck driving. Because most of these truck drivers have seen everything on the road. I hear of one of the high, when you do a research on truck drivers who are still in their marriage, you'll see that a higher proportion or percentage of them leave their marriage, abandon their children, because already they were not in the life of their children. So it is not a big deal to just easily abandon them. You know, relationship and this love or emotions, and how do I say it, grows or love, is nurturable when you are there, when you're present. You cannot do without them. You begin to bond. Bonding grows with availability. You understand what I'm saying? Bonding grows with availability. So sometimes you may say, I love this child, but you don't even know, you don't bond. You've not bonded so much with them because of your profession. So I'm telling you, by research and by people that I've spoken with and what I read, most truck drivers can easily walk out on their marriages. They can easily walk out on the life of their wives and their children, because even though it looked like they were there, but they were not. The truck driver may come home just once a month and stays about a weekend and goes back to work. And some of them, because of the escapade and the things they do at work, they don't even have time to bond via phone, where you call your family via phone and you're there on video calls and everything, to make them feel your presence. Some of them don't even have that time. Most of them have numerous girlfriends. They are camping in different places. So personally, if you tell me you want to marry a truck driver, I will pray for you and say, may God help you in that marriage, because most times you don't work. Only a few works. I'm telling you guys the truth. So if you're a truck driver, I expect you to drive, make some money, resign from that truck. You can get a logistic business where you operate it, others operate it, but you still have time, you're at home. Or get another job or go back to school and get some other skills so you can have time for your family. So if you want to go back, maybe when the children are grown, they are in school, in colleges, or something like that, because already they are not too home, they are in colleges. So you can go back to a profession like that, but it's not good for early and for young marriages. And so let me see who I want to accept now. Okay. Because I'm about to go. Adeyemi, I tried to accept you. It was not bringing you online with me again. I don't know why. It was not. I really wanted to have you here. God bless you. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am.
God bless you. How are you doing?
Mama,
I'm fine, thank you.
mama. This topic is very touching and catchy.
Unbreakable, good evening. No,
I greet you, bros. I see you. How you doing, brother?
finally get the chance to meet you today. Me and you, we have plenty to discuss.
Are you serious?
Honestly,
You guys have plenty because Unbreakable has bad behavior, Abi.
If you want
I
to,
know.
Mama, don't worry. That's between me and Unbreakable.
You don't want to say it here, but I know. Unbreakable.
yes, mama.
What have
Fire.
you learned from today's topic? Because I just want to
What
throw this
have I
question before I
learned?
leave. I have an event now.
Okay, mama. What have I learned? Honestly, I would say this: a father's presence in a child's life is very important, and if you know you are not ready to be a father, don't have kids. That is what I have learned. Now, mama, that being said, there were things she said that I disagreed with.
What
And
is it?
one of the things you said is finding a replacement father for a child. Once the marriage is unbearable or whatsoever, I disagree with that.
Why?
Uh, in as much as we can agree that being a father doesn't mean biological or blood ties, I still think as a father you should be present in that child's life.
So if the father is not present in the life of the child, what happens?
Now it's circumstantial. Let me use that word. Now, when the father isn't present, so many things are involved. It's either he doesn't want to be a father, and let's not act like women don't know these factors. You understand? Women know these factors. When a man isn't ready to be a father or a man doesn't want to be in the child's life, women know. But guess what they do? Based off of their selfish interests, they end up having kids for this man.
I think your network is bad. It's your network, not more
Can
foul.
you hear me, Mama? I think I'm far from my phone. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay.
but your network is blurry. Are you using
Oh,
Wi-Fi or just your phone?
I'm using Wi-Fi, Mama.
Okay.
So, like I said, most times women know, but based off of what they can benefit, they end up, trapping that man and having kids for that man, and
Now
vice versa.
don't they talk now? Can somebody say find a replacement mother for your child? Now don't they talk? People don't want to hear the truth. When they say,
I would never, when my child was born, the promise I made to his mother was that I would never take your child away from you because I saw the sacrifice that she made, the pain that she went through to, to bring that boy to this world. But the problem presently is that women think that we men don't feel that same pain about our kids. Or,
video quality is poor,
Mama, my
unbreakable.
video,
Is it
it's not my video is okay now. I'm seeing myself.
is it clear from your end?
Very, very clear. It's sharp.
Because Moff House is clear, you're the one not clear. So, and it's blurry. Even somebody commented the video quality is poor.
Let them buy me a new phone. I'm open for donation. I'm using iPhone XR. They can buy me iPhone 16. I'll take it.
Okay, I think those. Oh, but I'm using.
So,
Okay.
Mama, in as much as you know, this topic is about father figure. I'm not gonna I'm gonna try as much as possible not to make it a gender thing. But like I always say, most times it's easier to blame the man, but women don't take accountability. A lot of fathers wants to be in their children's life, but guess what, Mama? The wives, due to their emotional imbalance, they make it difficult for the man to be in their children's life. You understand?
Yeah.
I know somebody, multiple men, that are going through this problem. And most of these issues occur in the Western world. It barely occurs in Africa. This problem we're having or we are debating today are problems faced in the Western world because of how the Western world system is set up. You understand? So, in as much as, we want to talk about this, let's understand that our values back home does not imply to this problem, because back home, once you pay dowry and you do the marriage, the child automatically becomes, the father is going to be present 24/7. But when Unbreakable talk, they will be like, Unbreakable, you don't know what you're saying. Now time is changing, and women now want to play the role of both men and women, thinking they can do it all. And after the whole thing has backfired or, opened up, they will not say, after all, the man was not, in the children's life. I do understand the other hand that, there are some women that compromises and try to reach out to the father, and those fathers don't want to be in their life due to their selfish reasons. May they see what comes ahead of them. But for those ones that want to be in their children's life, the men that want to be there, but due to financial problem, due to one thing, and the women do not recognize this man as fatherly figure, they see that the man is struggling, because we all know how the society works now. We know. We wait there abroad, we know. But we want just form blind eye, like say the man no one day there. You know? We are trying, but guess what? These women are quick to call CPS. These women are quick to run to the court. These women are quick to make sure that the man is brought down to the lowest level where he cannot stand up. And when the man chooses to save his neck, because me, Unbreakable, I will run. I will run 440 now. As in, I go abandon. I will leave you, and if you are not seeing the fact that I'm doing something, I'm in the child's life, and even while I'm doing it, you're still causing problems, I will leave you and that child. I will not put my neck to prove a point.
Unbreakable.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
you're saying is very vital. I want you to remove yourself and come back because I need to educate you on what you're saying. You're a very
Educate
selfish
me.
man.
How am I selfish?
Remove yourself and come back
That you
because I
will
want
not
I
give
want
me
this video to be clear. I will accept you. I promise. I don't. That's why I don't want to remove you, because if I remove you, I may not be able to accept you. So I want you to remove yourself so you can come back. Ah, may God help the children. Now, I cannot say may God, I don't want to say may God help us, the adults, the man and the woman, for our, for our decisions. But I'm only speaking to the children. May God help them. And God will help me. I'm going to start a ministry for the teens and for the youth. And I'm going to tell them, I like, like I was telling my daughter, I said, look, I can make my mistakes, but do not live by my mistakes. And tell me, your mistakes is why I acted like this. Please allow me bear the consequences of my mistake. Create your own condition and situation. Live your life better. Don't judge your life by my mistakes. They are mine. Allow me. I held my daughter this morning and I was telling her, she's 9 years old. And I said, I know you may not be proud of mommy in certain areas or something. I said, but I want you to know that you can build your life, you can build your own situation and have control over them. Don't tell me I made this mistake tomorrow because mommy did this. Allow me be here and face the consequences of what I did. Please. But you see people like this Unbreakable and this nonsense he said here. Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy on him. Mov House.
Yes, ma'am.
God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, so how are you?
I'm
Thank you.
I'm going to ask you one question because I'm going to leave now before I remove you. But next week I'm having people come discuss.
Okay.
No, I don't think it's from. Before I started accepting them, was it blurry? Okay,
No,
so
it's not.
yeah, it was not. So maybe when I ask Morphouse this question and he goes out, see the quality of the video. Okay. Morphouse, I have a question to ask you before I attend to Unbreakable again. We have an increased rate of single parenthood.
Yes.
What would you say is likely attributed to this?
Sorry, ma'am. Come again
We
with the
have an
question.
increased rate of single parenthood where there is no father in the house and maybe the mom takes care of the children. What would you say is, attributing to this? I don't want to say which gender. First of all, I'll say what. Let's know what before we blame gender.
I think inability for people to understand there's a paradigm shift, and that lack of acknowledgement of the paradigm shift that already existed
Yeah.
is leading to people not wanting to compromise, and that lack of compromise is the reason why a lot of people are choosing to be single.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And to just elaborate on that, if you look at traditional pop used to be, it basically used to be there is a man, he makes all the money, he has the resources, he picks a wife, the wife stays at home, just nurture the house, the man does the resources acquiring. But I think there's been a paradigm shift in the world we live in today. I think feminism, I think industrialization, I think technology, I think politics, and probably education have sort of changed that relationship and gender dynamics to the point that both sides have to compromise for things to work, but both sides, on the other hand, want to hold on to what used to be traditional beliefs. And I think it's not allowing a lot of people make the compromises they need to be able to make a relationship work.
Okay.
For example, on a man's side, for example, um, if the man, there are women that are primary breadwinners in their homes today. There are a lot of women like that, and you find some situation where the woman goes to work, does a 9 to 5, she comes back home, and she's still expected to do all of the domestic duties. The man have done equal amounts of job, but he gets back and he's in the sitting room watching football. So there isn't a fairness there because the woman is doing as much money bringing to the home as the man is doing, and she's still having to go to the house and still do all of the domestic chores.
yeah.
And there are a lot of women that are saying, this is too tiring for me. If I have to go out and make money as much as you make, and I still have to come home and do all of the domestic chores, I'd rather go do it alone. And this is the compromise that I'm trying to say a lot of people are not making. Because ideally, if the woman is working, which according to traditional roles, she's not supposed to. So if the woman is crossing to the supposedly so-called masculine side to help earn some money, I think it's not unreasonable for the men to be willing to cross a little bit to the feminine side as well. Help out with
Oh my
domestic.
God, this video I wanted to post it, but this video is blurry, and I'm so angry because you're saying what makes 100% of sense. Because I have seen men who blame women for being nice to their wives, and those men are very hurting men. They are not doing good for themselves, and that's why when they see a happy man come and tell us how they are helping their wives and how they are trying to keep peace in their home so that they can have a family, be in the
Yeah.
presence of their children. You see other men online bashing I had to lock down a comment of over 200, 300 comments attacking a man who came to my program simply because he said when the house is hot, he leaves the house, sit down in his car and comes back. Oh,
I think
oh Jesus. You
that's
are making a lot of
Oh,
sense when you
um,
said the woman, if the woman is crossing to the masculine side,
yes,
bringing money for the home,
yes,
the man is expected to cross a little bit. That is what I said earlier. If you joined me when I said compromise,
yes,
the bed might be not too big for the both of us.
yes,
Agent Ben, God bless you. God bless you. But we have to adjust ourselves a little
yes.
bit to
oh.
accommodate the other. Unbreakable, when they are saying something that makes sense, you'll be letting you ask, because you want to
I
disagree with him.
disagree. I disagree, Mama. I disagree because what he just said, a lot of men do it. Now it is okay to compliment your wife. Excuse me. A lot of men do it, bros. You can shake your head. We did Western world. A lot of men step in to do these things that you said. It becomes a problem when the wife now thinks that the man has to continuously
So
do
why
it.
Okay,
There are
is it
roles.
not a
sorry,
problem?
Unbreakable, if I can ask you a question, is it
Please,
a problem if the if the man continuously expects the woman to bring finances?
good.
Nobody's expecting that. As a man, you shouldn't expect that. In
But
as
there are a
much
lot of
as,
women who
in as
have
much
to.
as, in as, excuse me, most times,
Okay,
let's be honest. Let's break it down.
yeah,
Let's break this thing down now.
yeah.
In as much as the woman is bringing finances, most of her finances are self-use.
Not really.
Most
Not
of
really.
bro, most of that woman's finances are self-use. Now, if a man
When you say self-use, what do you mean?
now when my finances goes to the rent here, if she goes to work, her finances is to supplement where I am slacking behind.
Okay, so how is it
For example,
self-use?
for example, maybe I don't have enough to pay the light bill. That is the light bill. And the rest will go to her hair, her nails, whatever she
So
wants.
how is it self-use then?
It is technically
Are you not
self-use. So
supposed to take care of your wife?
when people are saying that the finances that a woman brings into the home, this 50-50 thing, honestly, in most homes does not exist. You cannot imagine a man going to ask your own wife, I bring your own side of the rent.
Oh yes, they do it.
Okay, I have never met any
I
man
know
like
men
that.
who told their wife that if you stop bringing money to the house, the marriage will scatter now.
I don't know. I haven't
Sorry,
seen any man.
Yes.
I've not.
Unbreakable, if I can
I
ask you,
haven't.
if you were to guess Unbreakable, how many
Unbreakable.
You understand?
percentage, what is the percentage you think of parents that can live on a single income household?
What is the
The
percentage?
percentage of homes you think can live on a single income, if you were to guess?
If both parties are very, economical, they can live on one single household income. It's individuals.
So, like I said, what's the percentage
It's
if you
I
were to guess?
cannot give you a percentage. It's based on both parties willing to understand and try to make things work. All all men are not good men. All women are not good women. There are women that are materialistic. There are men that are materialistic. If both parties are willing to complement and work as a unit, it will work. It will work. What are we talking about here? I cannot give you a percentage, but the idea that we are having that it is okay to say that because a woman goes to work, gives her the leverage not to perform her duty or her role as a wife doesn't make sense. Yes, go to work, but you can meal. You didn't say this.
That was
As a woman, you can
not
meal.
what I said.
You can meal prep.
That was not
Meal prepping.
what I said.
Meal prepping is a thing. You can cook the food and put it in the fridge. The man will warm it up, feed the kids. As a woman, you can put the clothes in the washer and go to work. The man comes back, put it in the dryer. It's it's a
That's
50
the
50 thing.
joint
But
thing. Yeah, this is what I want to hear.
but
Like it's
do
two people
not
coming
make
together to
it
do what is
do
right.
not make it as the man's role because it's not his role. Okay? It's
And
it's not his role.
you two do not make the woman bring in the money to pay the rent with you and have the house as her role, because it's not. We
Mama,
complement each other doing this.
agreed. But guess what? Guess what happens when a woman starts to support the home? This is what we don't want to talk about. Let's talk facts. Guess what happens when a woman starts to try to bring finances to the home? It opens door to disrespect. Nobody wants to
Do
say
you know
that.
why there's a lot of this disrespect that you talk about? Because
Why?
the man
Mm-hmm.
neglects the woman's in needs when she stops bringing money. The man forgets that the woman needs his help. Just like this thing was saying, it will bring disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I told us that not every woman can handle issues like some. There are some women that would not disrespect a man even when they earn more than them. You know, some women are making more money than the men in America. Some women here are nurses and the men are not doing too great. And they are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, bringing money, and they don't disrespect the men. But some would. And some men are the one causing the disrespect. Like you said, your wife is making the money and bringing to assist you, or sometimes even paying more bills. And she comes back and you know she is tired and she goes to the kitchen to make a meal. You want to kill her before her time.
Mama,
Some women
it's
are strong enough to do all that.
when does protecting and providing for real men? This is for the real men that are doing what they're supposed to do. When do I get a break from protecting and providing?
What is the
Unbreakable.
meaning of protecting and providing?
Protecting to make sure you're safe, to make sure your car is intact, to make sure everything you need, an environment that you need to elevate.
So
For
is
these
protecting
women,
not a
for
part of
this,
making sure that your woman don't get burnt out?
it's part of it. Isn't it our duty to make sure that her man don't starve due to malnutrition?
Unbreakable.
Let's
Okay,
play. Let's
sorry.
because
Unbreakable is
we
I can
want to
set up a scenario,
we want
please.
to play this game of victimization, but I'm pointing it out for you guys, and you guys cannot even give me
Unbreakable.
a straight factor. Do
You
you
see how
guys
this
think?
thing is?
Are you aware,
It,
Mama? Are you aware that protection is not just one-sided? Women are
it
supposed
is
to
not.
protect their men even more. I've said this thing multiple times, but nobody's listening. But we are quick to
Oh
blame the
yes, the
man
woman
for
is supposed to
everything.
protect the
So
man, of course.
that being said, yes, if your woman is supporting you, it's okay. As long as you understand your woman, as long as you guys have a common ground, it's okay. But in most times, Mama, women make it back to the topic. In most chances or in most situations, women make it difficult for men to father their kids in the Western world because
Okay, if
women
I may
make
ask
decisions.
Unbreakable, sorry that I'm interrupting you, if I may ask. Sorry for the
Go
interruption.
ahead.
Do you think don't you think we men need to hold ourselves a little bit more accountable for our actions rather than constantly point the fingers at women? And
Okay.
the reason I ask this question,
Yeah.
sorry, let me just finish the question. The reason I ask this question is there a law that permits a woman to keep you away from your child?
Yes.
Legally
The law.
speaking, she can stop you from seeing your child.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And I don't want to go deep.
No,
Do you know?
there are
Like,
laws, especially no, it depends on what you do or how you know what you're doing. A woman cannot just stop the father from seeing the child.
That's what I'm trying to
It
find
depends
out.
on
a woman
his habits,
can stop
what he is doing.
a
Okay?
woman in the Western world, I repeat, can stop a man from seeing his or her child, his
On
child,
what
sorry.
On what
ground? On what
By
grounds?
the word say, just by saying that he's incompetent, he's abusive. You can nod your head as much as you want, but I'm telling you the fact. You can go to jail by just your wife telling the judge or any system that you're abusive. You will go to jail, you will serve time, and they will stop you from seeing your kids. And in the court is not that you're innocent, it's based off of what you can prove. And if
that
you
is
have
after you have been found guilty.
excuse me, sir. You don't understand. But trust me, I've been in the system. I have been in the system and I know how it works. Just by a woman stating in the court, this is who you are, this, without proof, they will grant that woman custody. If you cannot prove it,
No,
that
I'm
you are
not saying
innocent,
custody. My question was not about
they will
custody.
put a
My question
restraining
was about
order on you. You cannot go near to your house or your kids.
without
They will, bro.
without any ground.
I'm telling you, if you go to see your kids, let's say for example, you guys are not together no more, right?
Yeah.
And you're trying to go see your kids. All she got to do is pick up the phone and call 911.
Okay.
That's it. And tell them she doesn't want you in the premises.
Unbreakable. There are some men that are way worse. And I know you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're
And
saying,
and
Mama. And to
and
those
they
men,
make their mistakes like it's the woman's mistake. And I'm also speaking to the women like we started earlier. And I said, if you intentionally put the father of your children away because you want to deal with him, you are dealing with your own future. Because you see those children that you're keeping away from their father, when they needed that gap, it is empty. They are going to grow up and be a time bomb that will destroy you. Do you know why? Most of them grow up with that hate because what you're showing the father is obvious hate and they know. So they grow up with the hate in them. They grow up with not trusting anybody. They grow up with a lot of questions in their head that are unanswered, and they become disrespectful when they become teenagers and become young youths. And those same children you were fighting to keep, you are seeing them every day with tears in your eyes. You're
how is
heartbroken
that, Mama? How is
because
that the man's fault?
you're. But I'm not talking about the man's fault. I'm talking about what happens to the
And
woman when this happens.
how is so
And
we should,
you grow up, you're unhappy with the same children you were keeping away from the man. You're unhappy with the children you think you have collected from the man, and you're wishing that you never did what you did. So look, there's a lot that goes in. Don't hoard your children from their father. Give them an opportunity to be with them. No matter what he wants to do with them, as long as he's protecting them, they are having that fatherly. See, the children need the fatherly time. I'm telling you,
Mama,
you fix
Mama,
yourself, fix your
you
emotions,
are a virtuous. You are
fix
so
your
kind. You are.
emotions.
I can see the love in your eye. You're so kind,
Unbreakable, what's it?
and your morals is too strong. I love it, Mama. Do you know women tend to have kids by multiple men just for getting child support?
Oh, yeah. And if you joined me earlier, I think I
Okay,
spoke a little
Mama,
bit on that.
do you
And I said,
know? Mama, do
it's
you
wrong.
know? Mama, you're saying it's wrong now, but who's benefiting? Do you know
No, they are
that
not. See,
women,
that's the problem.
there is a
It's the poverty
beneficial?
cycle they have built for
Mama,
themselves. Let me tell you, I
Mama,
can make more money than any child support any man wants to give to
but
me.
that is
So
you.
why do I just get children and get out of a marriage because of child
No,
support? That is
Mama,
awkward.
that is
When I
you.
know
Mama, that,
without children I can be all over as a traveling nurse, I can make thousands for myself.
but that is you,
See,
Mama. Do you think
it's a
everybody has it?
negative mindset.
But you
As
gotta
a matter
think
of
like,
fact,
oh,
you feel you are already a woman that have, if you're leaving your marriage because of child support, or you want to be a baby mama because of want to make money from multiple men, you have defeated yourself first and
Mama,
foremost.
how?
You have given up on yourself being able to make money for
Do you
yourself.
know what section 9, is it section 8 or section 9 offers? It offers you a free
And it
apartment,
doesn't
free
give you an
light bill.
opportunity, an opportunity to make money for yourself. How about being a woman who buys a house?
How many of
See,
them
it is a
want to
limited
work?
mindset. That is what I'm saying. That these things you guys are saying, like, I feel like the society is messed up already. I don't want the government section 8. I don't want to be in a home that is assisted by the government. Because when you're on that section 8, your income is limited. They check what you're making. You cannot make exceed a particular amount of money to be in section 8. So why do I want to make just a little amount of money for the government to accommodate my needs? Why not make more money and have the government take their taxes and give to others if I can actually make money? Why not make enough money to get any car I want? Because you see the people on the section 8, they cannot exceed a particular amount. You cannot work. That's why you're on benefits. So why not be that woman who makes as much money as I can to provide all my needs?
Do you know how much they get from filing taxes with the kids?
Unbreakable, they are
I'm
still
I'm I'm,
limited.
I'm
You're
pointing it
looking.
out. I am pointing out why women make it difficult. But we
Unbreakable,
don't
how
want
much
to
do you make
address.
from making taxes from
We
your
don't
kid?
want.
Highest
Do you
10,000.
know? Do you know, as a woman, if you have dependents and you file taxes, that is easy 2,500 in your pocket. Easy.
That's what I'm saying. Highest 10,000 for 5 kids.
Okay, there we go.
So what is
Now,
that
because
compared
if
to women who are
the
making 120,000 a year?
okay, but it's not all women that make that. That is like 10% of women. That is 10% of women that are very intelligent. Mama, don't come,
Unbreakable is
don't.
not
You're not
10%
getting.
of
I'm not
women.
making it gender
We are
based.
much out there like that. That is what you guys don't know.
Mama, you are not. You are not much. Mama, do you know
No.
what I'm telling you? You are not much. I am telling you, this is a fact, and this happened to somebody that I know, right? You've withheld the child from the man. Finally, they have an agreement, joint custody agreement. You're trying to go back for the judge to change the what am I looking for? The final judgment, so that you can have full custody, constantly agitating the man to the point that even when he had his own the time to spend with the kids, you are calling CPS. You've had this, nothing is wrong with the child, and you are calling CPS, and you know for a fact that this man don't want no trouble. And women will come here and want to play the victim, but it's a lie. It's a bloody lie, and I will stand by the truth. Are they bad men? Yes, they are bad men. I agree to that. They are terrible fathers. But the ones that want to be in their children's life, the women are making it difficult for them to be in the children's life. Let's call it what it is. But it will look like it's the man. Oh, every time it's easier to point finger at the man. It's the man. It's the man. It's the man. The moment let's take a specific nationality. Our sisters, Nigerians, right? I used to always use them as a case study. You and I know fully well that when they come from that side over here, and they see the power, that the illusion of power that women possess over here, they use that to destroy the marriage. They want to cripple the man. Not all women, mama. Most women.
Unbreakable, why do you think they do that?
I have no freaking
Good
idea.
question.
It's their choice.
Good
It's their
question.
choice.
Well, because my suspicion, I might be wrong. I don't live in the West. I might be wrong. But my suspicion is, could it possibly be as a resentment that built up from here in Nigeria before they got to the West?
And this is the problem.
Unbreakable, let me
This is the
tell you the
problem.
truth.
This
Let
is
me
the
tell you the
problem I
truth.
have with
You're trying to
people,
push me
Unbreakable,
to
I'm
say,
just
This is the problem
you're
I
trying to
have
push
with
me to say,
I'm not making a case
Rosen, I'm
for
going to
women.
accept you very soon.
This is
Ademi, I'm going to try to
I'm
accept
gonna
you again. Unbreakable, let
I'm
me
gonna
tell you the
say this
truth.
and I'm gonna leave.
Most
This is
people
the
bring us here with a mindset of abusing and abusing. And let me tell you, I'm telling you the truth. Most men bring their wives here knowing that they brought them here, they have an edge. They control them and use bad words on them. I brought
Wow.
you here. I'm giving you papers as grounds for abusing these women.
Wow.
Now, some don't abuse their wives. Some, the women are just women who are not contented. Like, they just want to be out of the marriage and they leave. So we're not going to, we're not going to, let's be on at the middle. But what I'm saying in all this is, whatever decision you make in life, remember that the person who it lands on is your children. Do not carry your hate, please. You see this hate of, I'm not bringing my ex-husband close to the children. They don't deserve that. They would ask you questions. They will deal with emotion. Let me tell you, I forgot to write it down. The greater, I think 80% of teens that of children girls without fathers end up being pregnant as a teenager. You go and see most children with fathers in the house would actually not get pregnant during their teens. But the ones without fathers, they get, I'm telling you, next week, I'm going to give you the statistics for that. I know I read it today. I don't want to
Mama,
speak up hard. So
before
you
you
see
go,
that thing you're doing, your daughters, and you're telling yourself that women this, women that, your daughters are being affected. Your daughter might be a victim to one man. Your own daughter may be a victim to one man out there as well, who is saying, deal with women, just give them bellies and leave them. Your daughter might become a baby mama from such a man out there. And look, we don't even know if we're going to be in-laws tomorrow. Why I want your head straightened is because our children are growing up. They're going to go out there. If you have a messed up mindset and you didn't bring yours well, and I have my daughters, I have my sons out there, we need to deal with ourselves and deal with these things
Mama,
to desensitize the society and all.
Mama, if there's anything that the West has taught me is how to take out my emotion or shut it off. I repeat, if there's anything the West has taught me is how to shut my emotion off. And do
Mom,
you know why? It will
Pause.
help.
I'm going to take you. Please take yourself. We'll talk again next week, please.
Okay, let
And
me just ask Unbreakable
hold
the
on, hold on.
last question, just
Before you ask
because
okay,
me, let
let
me
him
tell you
say this
something.
thing so
Let
that
me
he
tell
said
you
he shut his
something,
emotion
brother.
before you ask him.
okay, go ahead.
Let me tell him something real quick. Let me throw something about something that you should go think about. Are you aware that you can be married in the United in the West and still be on child support? Go and Google it. You can be legally married in the West, and your spouse can put you on child support. You can go and Google
I
it.
support you on this because there's a man
Okay,
that ships for me, and he told me that his wife put him on child support.
and
I
so
said, "Are you
that is
married?"
While they are still married.
He said,
why you're still
"Yes."
married,
I said, "It's
legally
not
married."
possible, though." He now
That's it.
told me that the wife went behind him and said something that he was not in the house. No, like they put it like when you're separated. But he was still there. And you know, he was already on child support. He said, "What?"
And
I said,
you know they can backdate it
ah,
just
ah.
by words of the mouth.
And I
No,
want to
I'm telling
speak
you,
to
if you don't
men. I
know,
want to speak to men. To those of you who were blessed with good women, if you miss them,
appreciate them. Appreciate a
Lord
good woman.
Jesus
It's not easy.
as well.
They will take you back to court. If you get a promotion, right, they will take you back to court to ask for increment.
While you are still married.
Bro, go. You have a phone. You don't. You
Bofa,
have
ask
no. You
Unbreakable
have
before
no.
you remove yourself. Unbreakable to remove himself. Oh
Okay,
yeah,
so
ask him for the question.
Unbreakable, the last question I want to ask you is this. What do you think of the men who shame other men for being husbands and fathers to children that is not biologically their own? What the men who call
Very good
men who
question.
do that thing?
Like I
What do you
said,
think of this
right?
men?
Like I
Ravens, God
said, the West.
bless you.
Like
We
I
need good
said, the
women out
West
there. We
taught me
need
how to
to
take. The West
celebrate them
taught me how
too.
to take off my emotion.
Yeah.
If you are parenting somebody else's child, it's your decision.
Okay.
I cannot take that away from you, right? That is
Would
fine.
you do
But
you agree with the people who call men like that simp?
well, to me, I would raise. If I'm in love with you, genuinely, if I really genuinely like you, forget all these things why they portray it, and you get pikin, I'll take your pikin as my own, and I go do what I need to do because actually don't be the truth. If you're in love with a woman that has kids, she comes with those kids. I'm not calling them baggages, with those blessings. So why would you just love her and not love the kids? You know, I go you forget. But in some areas, I look like it is not beneficial because they
No,
are
it's
not your
not.
kids.
I
They are
totally
not
agree.
your
It
kids. So
is
just know that.
beneficial. I told you
Come
guys
on,
about
just
O'Neal, or what's his name?
just know
This guy that plays
know
basketball.
that you are doing it for the sake of love. Don't
No,
expect
no,
anything back from those
no.
kids.
See, if you treat the children well, you are the father that they know. You are the father they will
I'm
celebrate.
not there.
You see, the children understand. Look, what they grew up is what they know. No man will come out there and come and get the glory for what you did. They would. I'm telling you the truth. They will take
Mama,
care of you, and even
there
your
was
own children that you have with your mother will become. Shut. I'm telling you, I've read so many testimonies.
mommy, I will send you a video. A man married a single mother. He took care of this child from little. The father was never present. When the child was graduating, there were only 4 seats. Guess who came for the graduation? The mother, the grandparents, and the real father. He didn't get a seat. And he paid, he gave this girl and he gave the wife and the child a beautiful home. Bust himself open to provide, but he was never invited. And the father, the real father, then came. And that was when he was reminded that wasn't his kid. In as much as we want to make it sound good,
Did he get his own child with a woman?
I don't think they have kids together. I don't think
Oh wow.
they have kids together yet. So, Mama, come on. It's a dicey situation. It's very dicey. If you love
All
the
right.
woman,
Mock
do it
House.
and
Thank you.
do it.
God bless you.
Thank you very much. I'll just remove myself now.
Okay. God
Thank
bless
you, Andre.
Mama,
you.
I
All
will.
right.
I
I'll
remove
see you
myself
next
Don't
week.
mind if I chat to your private.
No,
Yeah,
no,
chat me up.
voila.
All right.
Okay.
No.
Thanks. Bye.
Yeah, you can chat him up
Yeah.
and chat me up, whatever. All right. God bless you.
Yes, ma'am.